Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2014 Australian Gridiron League final here at the beautiful Runaway Bay Sports Complex here, just outside Gold Coast here at Queensland. Thank you very much for joining us here on Ascension Sports for the live stream of the final, the only place to catch it all around Australia, wherever you're watching it. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Chris Guscott. On behalf of the Ascension Sports team, we cannot wait for this match here. It's going to be an absolute ripper as we're just going to break here for the national anthem. And we get set to get underway here in the final. Just before we do, I'd like to thank Hostworks for helping us out here with the live stream. Also like to thank South Pacific Pro Sports Supply for their sponsorship. You know that they are one of the best in the country in terms of supplying gridiron gear. And we're looking forward to having them on board here. 5-star rated helmets from Riddle and Rawlings. All new helmet coming in September, so watch out for that. They've got the highest quality custom uniforms, teamwear and merchandise, as well as the training equipment used by more major colleges and pro teams than any other brand. So make sure you check them out. It's great to have them on board here, and it's great to have you on board for the final between the New South Wales Wolfpack and the Queensland Sunundevils. Very interesting game coming up here between two teams that looked very convincing in their campaigns. And they now finally meet here up in Queensland. The Sunundevils coming off a thrilling win against the champions Western Australian Raiders. And they'll be looking now to keep that form going against the Wolfpack, who have had two relatively easy games, you could say. But certainly not going to prove on the field here. They've got to get their momentum going as well. It's going to be very important to see how this one starts off. Queensland will be back to receive. And we are almost about to get underway here live on Ascension Sports.
Let's go.
And everybody's ready to go. And we are underway in the 2014 men's AGL final, and the ball anticlimactically is going to bounce out of bounds. That'll be a penalty. And Queensland's going to start with some good field position to kick this one off here. On offense, Jared Stegman, the quarterback. He has outback credentials to his name, and he certainly has proved it throughout this campaign. Even though he admittedly said that he was a little bit rusty in his last game, he still guided them past the Raiders. He'll be looking to get going straight away. Very good outside the pocket. Just tends to look relaxed and shows that ease that a lot of quarterbacks do. He gets outside the pocket and makes a lot of passes. And their running game as well. Darius Holiday-Miller played very well in their last game here. When he gets the space to move, he is certainly dangerous. As for the Wolfpack, on the D-line, they got Fadi Ayoun, who certainly has been a force to be reckoned with in this one here. First play, two backs in the backfield. Stegman under centre here. Hands off down the middle of the fullback, and he is met hard. And it looked like he got through the line fairly easily, but then the next hit certainly coming not easy for the fullback, and he comes off straight away. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 coming up here for the Sunundevils. We're looking to take the title home here in front of a healthy home crowd here. just outside the Gold Coast here at Runaway Bay. Wolfpack certainly looking to spoil the party. It's a 2nd down and 7. Wolfpack looking to stack the box here. 4 on the line. Man in motion for Stegman. Fumbles the snap. And spent it before he earned it, and that is going to put the Sunundevils now in a 3rd down and 9, 3rd down and 10 situation. And maybe just a little bit of jitters starting this match. It's understandable considering this is the final, but you definitely got to get production out of Stegman early here. They need to keep putting points on the board because Wolfpack has proved in their last few games that the second they get going, they are very hard to stop, and their defense seems to lift. Stegman back in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left-hand side now. High snap, takes it well, has time, gets outside the pocket, beats a lineman, throws long down the field, coming back to it, takes a terrific catch and gets out of bounds, and a terrific play there from Stegman. Has that sort of ability to keep the play alive, and especially when he was under pressure, makes a nice turn to beat the lineman. And good awareness there from the receiver, and the Sunundevils on a big play move down past midfield here, and they are already running on in this one here. 1st down and 10 now. Lining up 2 receivers to the left-hand side. Stegman under center. Holiday Miller in the backfield. Moving the man in motion, Kyle Balpit. Drops back. Hands it up the middle, and the Wolfpack are onto it, and Holiday Miller a few extra yards. And every single week, if you are listening regularly to the Ascension live stream coverage, you'll know I sound like a broken record when I say the best running backs get those yards after contact. And especially when you can just get those 3 and 4 extra yards on 1st down, it opens up the playbook completely. It's now 2nd down and 3, 2nd down and 4 sort of territory. And you can go to the passer, you can go back to another run. The defense is forced to be kept on their toes. 2 backs in the backfield. Stegman under center. The snap, hands it off to Holiday Miller, comes back inside, and Fadi Ayoun with a big tackle, and that's what we were talking about just before the Sunundevils took the field for the first time. It's Fadi Ayoun who is able to break through that line, and when you can get consistent penetration through the offensive line, it puts the running back under a lot of pressure, immediately have to change their assignment, and especially in that case, you do not want to be hit by him. He is a big player on that line. And his key tackle forces now a 3rd down and short situation. 2 backs in the backfield again. Stegman under center. Wolfpack need an early stop here. Stegman hands it off. Holiday Miller gets some good blocks, cuts back inside, and that will be enough for the 1st down. And that's what we're talking about. Holiday Miller has that lateral quickness, gets inside. That's good offensive line work to get the penetration. And Queensland are moving forward. 2 straight 1st downs for the Sunundevils. And already looking convincing here. The Wolfpack have been able to stop them on 1 or 2 plays, but it's making sure that they get them off the field is the biggest priority here. 2 receivers to the right-hand side for Stegman. 1st down and 10. Drops back, has time in the pocket, throws deep to the corner. 1-on-1, it's taken, what a catch! What an unbelievable play. Touchdown, Queensland Sunundevils. What an extraordinary one-hand catch. That's one of the best touchdowns of the tournament so far. Unbelievable play. Stegman did terrifically well in the pocket to make sure that he put the ball up in the air. Chris Ravlich then jumped up higher than the man on him, tipped it to himself, and on the 2nd and 3rd attempt takes it when he's on his back. What an extraordinary play. And the Queensland Sunundevils strike first in an unbelievable way here in front of this rampant home crowd here at Runaway Bay. Waiting the extra point conversion, the Queensland Sunundevils off to the best possible start in this one. The snap is poor. They're going to need some improvisational skills. Running around in the backfield, not going to get the blocking he needs, and he will get taken down. Bert Harris, who had almost had a kickoff return touchdown. He got called off for a penalty. He certainly shows some quickness. Not on that play. The Wolfpack shutting that one down. Poor snap. We'll leave it at 6-0, and the Sunundevils immediately on their way to taking the lead, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout called for the Wolfpack. And boy, what a start you've just witnessed here. Thank you very much for joining us on Ascension Sports here. I'm Chris Guscott, and if you've just joined us, welcome. It has been an extraordinary start. The Queensland Sunundevils, 3 first downs in a row, including 2 big plays from Stegman. The last of those, a touchdown because of an extraordinary catch from Chris Lavrich. Went up, tipped it to himself, and caught it on his back over the top of the secondary. Unbelievable play. And they're going to need more plays like that if they want to make sure that they're going to come home with the title, because the Wolfpack certainly will not lie down, and they've certainly got their own offensive powerhouses to make sure that Sunundevils are going to be on their toes all day here. Harris to kick off. Good long kick. Coming back. Shoebridge taking that one. Hands it off. Saf Cooney down the sideline. Shows some speed. Tiptoes the line. Eventually goes out. And the Wolfpack will get their match started here at around the 30-yard line. And like we said with the Sunundevils, they got plenty of options. So do the Wolfpack. And obviously Keenan Dorney is going to lead them in this one today. An outback quarterback who just has all the time in the world to play. He makes smart decisions on the play, chooses to dive down, but also is very mobile. He runs this sort of hurry-up offense for the Wolfpack, makes it very tough on the defenses. Trips to the left-hand side for the first play. Dorney in the shotgun. Passes to the side to McNaughton. Hard man to bring down this one. And breaks a few tackles. And yards after contact. Ability again, but there's flags being thrown. Have to wait to see what the umpire calls on this one, because that's interesting. But Grant McNaughton, like we said, very hard to take down. He's a valuable asset for this Wolfpack. And Keenan Dorney tends to go here more often than not because of that vertical ability that he has. And that will be a penalty against the Sunundevils as well. So already the Wolfpack moving down the field at a rate of knots. And this has been definitely an offensive firefight already very early here in the first quarter. Boy, we're going to be in for a heck of a match if this pace keeps up. 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Dorney back in the shotgun. Queensland putting 4 on the line here in the nickel. And there's going to be a flag. Everyone's jumping in. Everyone's pointing fingers. And now the Wolfpack give away a penalty. They'll lose 5 yards. Now first down and 15 for the Wolfpack. And they've already gotten going with the first play that they made. Dorney looking to repeat that production. 2 receivers on the right-hand side again. Dorney hands it off down the middle, fakes it, goes to the outside, shows that speed, gets clipped on the outside. And terrific work there. They've done terrifically well so far to make sure that they're going to shut down that run, and that's got to be a priority for the Sunundevils. Even though you don't particularly want Keenan Dorney to pass because he is such a threat in that regard, you do want to shut down this rushing attack, considering that Dorney is such a dual threat, and Mason Safcooney also is a terrific runner. Good tackle there from Calvin Young on that play. 2 receivers either side. Spread set. Dorney looking for the hard count, doesn't get the Sunundevils to bite on it. 2nd down and 13 here. Dorney sits back, has time in the pocket, checks it down to Saf Cooney. He's got room to move. And I apologize, it's not Saf Cooney, but he gets to the outside. And really well done there, number 12, Anthony Chong. Well done to get to the outside, and a good check down. That's the sort of thing we're talking about with Dorney. Has that sort of intelligence and game experience to know that if something's not happening downfield, he's able to check that one down, and he's certainly got plenty of weapons wherever he goes. Sunundevils did well to cover him down the field. Obviously weren't ready for that. 2 receivers to the right-hand side here. On the short side, Dorney back in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off, fakes it. Dorney gets to the outside, has moved, room to move. Good blocking there from the receivers, and he will pick up a few yards. And once again, he's proving that dual threat option there, especially on the handoffs. You've got to respect Saf Cooney, because if you hand the ball off the middle and you don't have enough people on the line, the second he gets into space, he's going to be very hard to bring down. So it's either you give Dorney 4 or 5 yards to the outside, or give Saf Cooney a lot of room to move. Trips to the left-hand side here. They move on the hurry up. 2nd down and 5. Dorney checks down again. Saf Cooney to the outside, and he's shut down. And that physical Sun Devils defense, which comes out with that brash sort of style about them, making the big hits. And that's going to push him back. And Saf Cooney, like we've just been saying, he has a lot of quickness, but obviously when you've got the entire Sun Devils defense coming onto you, there's not much you can do. Once again, hurry up. 3rd down and 12. 2 receivers either side. Dorney back in the shotgun. Low snap. Has time in the pocket. Throws down the middle. Makes a great pass. It's a fumble. And it's coming out. And that will be a turnover. And the Sun Devils, just when it looked as if the Wolfpack were coming back on that one, they forced the turnover. Good pass down the middle. Dorney had plenty of time, and it's always risky passing down the center, especially when there's plenty of traffic. Made a great pass right on the numbers to McNaughton. And when he went to tuck the ball and run, good hit from the defense. The ball comes out, and the Sun Devils now stop the first drive of the Wolfpack, holding a 6-point lead here in the first on Ascension Sports. My name is Chris Guscott. Thank you very much for joining us here for the Australian Gridiron League final for the men's between the Sun Devils and the Wolfpack. What a great game we've had so far. 2 receivers to the left-hand side, 2 backs in the backfield for Stegman. Wolfpack looking to bring the noise in the box. Drops back. Quick drop, makes the pass to the outside. And he did well there to struggle for a few yards. Luke Edwards on the catch. That might just be short. It will be. It'll be 2nd down and inches coming up for the Sun Devils. And Stegman in this early part of this match has looked terrific. Looks comfortable throwing downfield, and our offensive line is giving him plenty of time to move, especially with the likes of people like Fadi Ayoun coming through the middle for that Wolfpack defensive line. 2 receivers either side. Spread set. Stegman back in the shotgun. Cover 0 here for the Wolfpack. Drops back, fakes a pass, has the house thrown at him, checks down to Holiday Miller. He gets around 1, done well, gets to the outside, and he moves down the field. And you've got to chalk that one down to terrific blocking there from the receivers and the linemen to make sure that the Wolfpack could not gain any more momentum, because they made sure that they got through the line very well there. Put Stegman under pressure. Once again, that's a good move from the quarterback. Smartly did not try to throw this one downfield too far. Just pops it over the top to Holiday Miller. He gets out of bounds for the 1st down. And here come the Sun Devils again now on their own 42. Wolfpack under a little bit of pressure at the moment. 2 receivers to the right-hand side. Stegman moves Baupint in motion. Toss play to the outside. Holiday Miller cuts back in and out, zigzags his way through. He'll pick up roughly 7 or 8 yards on the play. And already we're seeing the offensive line doing a terrific job also on the running to make sure that Holiday Miller has some room to move. And when you can laterally move like that, it's certainly going to be an advantage for the Sun Devils down the stretch. 2nd down and 3 now. Stegman under center. Wolfpack bringing plenty of players in the box here. Stegman drops back, scrambles out to his right, has time, throws down the middle and finds his target. Terrific work there. Number 11, Chris Ravlich, who scored the touchdown earlier. He's doing a terrific job so far. And it looks like he's going to be down. Stegman doing well to get outside the pocket, keep his composure. And that will be a 1st down, but it might come at a cost. Obviously don't like to see any players injured here in the Australian Gridiron League, especially not in a final. This could be a big loss for the Queensland Sun Devils. And he's up and walking off on his own accord, jogging off on his own accord. And he's going to spend a play or two on the sidelines. Hopefully we'll be back soon for the Sunundevils. And it's going to be 1st down and 10. Now as they cross midfield, the Sunundevils will look very good on offense at the moment, both rushing and receiving here. Stegman's been a big part of their offense so far. And the Wolfpack really need to improve here. They need to step up and make a statement early in this final. Stegman hands it off. Rushing through the middle, gets through, gets into the secondary. And that's going to be another good gain there. Number 49 for the Sunundevils, Tim O'Donnell. The fullback getting through into the secondary again. And it's going to be another 2nd down and short situation. 2nd down and 1, maybe 2nd down and inches coming up for the Sunundevils.
Let's go, Sunundevils. Get up, make some noise.
2 receivers to the right-hand side. O'Donnell in the backfield again. Moving Balpit in motion. Stepping back in the shotgun, has time in the pocket, steps up, throws long into the corner, and it's going to be over everyone. Good coverage there, number 30, Nathan Thompson for the Wolfpack. Doing well to stay with his receiver most of the time there as he went for the fade route near the pylon. And it's going to be no good. 3rd down and short. And that's what we were talking about earlier. When you're in a 2nd down and short situation, it opens up the entire playbook. And even if you want to throw a fade right down into the end zone, you can do that and know that the next play coming up, even if it was incomplete, you've got a 3rd down and short to work with. And once again, the running play and the passing plays are still open. Stegman back in the shotgun. Wolfpack looking to show blitz. Low snap. Stegman does well. Pierces the line himself. Hurdles a man. And he's going to get the 1st down for the Sunundevils. And this has been a very impressive start from Queensland, showing terrific offensive production against a Wolfpack defence that has been very good in this campaign so far. Certainly can't fault them. But today they've really struggled to handle Stegman and the offensive line, which is able to get good penetration there. And once again, Stegman with plenty of room to move. And here they come again. Split backs. Hands it off down the middle, and he's got room to move. Gets past one, gets to the outside of his man, and he is in for the touchdown. And Heath Green is in, and Queensland will double their advantage here in the 1st. And once again, Queensland getting terrific penetration. The handoff to the left, split back there. Heath Green gets good blocking from his receivers. He gets to the outside and is able to show the pace to get to the pylon first, and is now 12-0 in favour of the Sunundevils. They have come out with plenty of intensity in this one. Already looking the goods. The Wolfpack on the back foot already. Now awaiting the extra point attempt. The snap is good this time round. And Bert Harris is going to put that one wide. So it's still going to be 12-0 here in the 1st. But the Sunundevils certainly will not be complaining. Their first 2 offensive trips have been scored for touchdowns, and they've been having to go the length of the field too. So taking plenty of encouragement out of the early signs here. As for the Wolfpack now, made a very good drive on their last possession, but Grant McNaughton, after taking the catch down the middle, fumbled the ball. And let's see if the Wolfpack can get back into this one. And the Queensland players looking to pump up the crowd here, already getting into it. Have a fair few players sitting in the backfield here. Bert Harris showing he has been a very good kickoff. Looking at the lining up in essentially what looks like a diamond form in the back. And that is a terrific long kick from Bert Harris. Shoebridge takes it, hands it off. Saf Cooney has it, gets to the outside, breaks one tackle, eventually brought down. And boys, this has been an offensive slugfest so far. Plenty of firepower on both sides, but it's been the Sunundevils who have made the most of their chances so far in this one. It's 12-0 here on Ascension Sports. My name is Chris Gaskell. Thank you very much for joining us here for the Men's Australian Gridiron League final here, all the way from Queensland in the Gold Coast. If you've just joined us, Queensland have scored twice. Stegman throwing a long ball to Ravlich to get things underway, and Heath Green just scoring on that last possession. Trips to the right-hand side, and he's going nowhere. And the Queensland Sunundevils defence here will need to stand firm. They didn't particularly look that convincing on their first defensive possession, but obviously forced a turnover, so nobody's complaining on their sideline. Have to wait to see here what the Wolfpack have done so far. Usually very effective with this hurry-up offense, but looks as if Queensland's on them at the moment. Spread set, two receivers either side here. Moving the man in motion, there's going to be flags. And we have to wait to see what the call is. Second down and 13 now for the Wolfpack. Dorney back in the shotgun, takes it. Passes to the sideline. Shoebridge takes it. Hit hard on the corners. And here comes the rest of the secondary for the Sunundevils. And coming out with that energy that they showed against the West Australian Raiders. They come out and they're brash and they are in your face. And they will make you pay. And ready, here comes the Wolfpack again. It's a very, very difficult offense to stop when they just keep you out of the huddle. Two receivers to the left-hand side. Dorney takes a snap, drops back, has time, throws long down the field, and it's dropped in the backfield. And boy, what a big chance went begging there. Number 15 for the New South Wales Wolfpack, Mitch Hunt, was able to get downfield, got past the secondary, and if he caught it, would have been a huge gain for the Wolfpack. Instead now it's 4th down and 8. And it's those sort of chances you need to convert on, especially when you are 12 points down here in the first quarter of a final. You do not want to get too far behind, or the Sunundevils will run away with this one. Certainly know they've got the ability to do so. Back for the punt. It's a helicopter. It's going to be hard to take. Ball hits the ground in an odd way, bounces up, and that's going to go to the 30-yard line. And that's where Queensland Sunundevils will start their next possession. They're 2 from 2. See if they can make it 3 for 3 in front of their home crowd. Very good crowd here at Runaway Bay Sports Complex. Overcast out there today. The sun trying to get through the clouds. Around 20 degrees here. Not much wind to talk about, which is certainly has not affected Stegman at all. He's certainly been looking to go long at any chance that he gets. And has been doing it so very effectively. Stegman back in the shotgun. Hands it off. Gets to the outside, has some room to move. Breaks one and goes over a corner and gets out of bounds. He'll get roughly 5 or 6 yards on that one. Second down and 4 coming up. And already the Sunundevils have the advantage here in front of their home crowd.
Come on, crowd, let's get behind Queensland. The job's not done yet. Come on,
should be very interesting to see how this drive goes, because if the Wolfpack can stop it, you think they might be able to get some momentum from that. And this offense certainly does not need any more encouragement than what they usually get, because this is such a potent offense on the other side. But as of right now, they haven't been able to do much with it, and that'll bring up the end of the first quarter. 12-0, and the Sunundevils have come out and made all the running in this one. A touchdown early to Chris Ravlich from it. Jared Stegman opened the scoring, and then Heath Green added his own to make it a 12-0 game here. The Wolfpack had some chances. Just let them slip through their fingers at the moment here on Ascension Sports. like to thank you very much for joining us wherever you are around the world, within Australia, watching the finest gridiron Australia has to offer. We're back shortly with the second quarter. And we are back with the second quarter here. Just quickly like to thank South Pacific Pro Sports Supplies. They've got all your gridiron needs. Make sure you go to them. They've got some very high quality stuff, including a new helmet coming in September. Second down and 4. Stegman drops back under pressure. Gets to the outside, has time. Chooses to go himself, gets good blocking, and he will walk out untouched for the first down. And Stegman has been all over the Wolfpack defense so far in this one. And once again, good blocking from the receivers on the outside, giving him that seam outside the numbers to work with the space that he's given. And he certainly shows the athletic ability to do so, especially him and Dorney. It's a terrific quarterback matchup. Very glad to have it in the final. And so far, you can say Stegman's winning the battle. 2 receivers to the right-hand side here. Stegman under center with Holiday Miller in the backfield. Wolfpack, 7 in the box. Hands it off to Holiday Miller, gets through 1 tackle. And he'll get brought down for a 4 or 5 yard loss there. The Wolfpack shutting down that run quickly. Second down now for the Sunundevils with a 12-point lead here at the start of the second. Stegman hands off. Holiday Miller gets to the outside, showing terrific speed, spins out of 1. And it looks like he might just have enough for the first down. And it just seems as if the Sunundevils don't even need to be going to third down at the moment. They've done a terrific job of making good yardage on first down, 5 or 6 yards, and then they don't have a lot of yards to convert on the second down situation. And it is very important for the Wolfpack now to start getting some stops early on in the set, because the Sunundevils have just kept this defense on the field for majority of this match so far, and the scorecard shows it. Stegman under center with 2 backs in the backfield. Drops back, has protection, quick pass, gets it to the outside, and a good tackle. Number 4, Kevin Trin, doing a terrific job on the outside to make sure that there was not much going on there for Mitchell Best, taking a good catch on the outside. But once again, that's that first down conversion rate. They're now 2nd down and 3. Makes it tough for the Wolfpack because they have to play for every single play that's in the playbook here for the Sunundevils. And as you've seen today, if you've been watching us from the start, that the Sunundevils have not had a lot of resistance on defense so far. Wolfpack certainly not to be underestimated though. 7 in the box of the Wolfpack. Stegman under center. Got the jump, and there's going to be a free play. And he'll come down the middle. We'll only get a couple of yards on that, but the flag down will most likely be on at the Wolfpack. Heath Green with the carry. And it's going to be an automatic first down. 10-yard penalty, and that will put the Sunundevils even closer now. They're on their 33-yard line. Wolfpack press back here with their backs against the wall. Let's see what they can do. Spread set, 2 receivers either side. Stegman back in the shotgun. Sits back, hands it off to Green. He fakes it. Stegman coming through. Gets around 1 and falls down. That'll be another 5 to 6 yards, and it's been terrific production here from the Sunundevils, consistently moving the chains with 5 or 6 yard gains. And although they're not beating them deep as of this possession, the Wolfpack defence is remaining on the field. They can't get off. They can't give Keenan Dorney a chance to retaliate at the moment. And the Sunundevils well in control of this final. Still plenty of time, though, left in this one, that's for sure. 2 receivers on the other side. Stegman in the shotgun. Sits back. Good pass outside. Luke Edwards with the take. Good tackle, though. And he's going to break him down, but that looks like that'll be enough for the first down again. And it's just this industrialist offense that is doing a terrific job so far. Mitch Bess on the sorry, my apology, Luke Edwards. First down again, and they are now officially in their red zone. Last time they were here, touchdown to Heath Green. First down and 10 now, split backs. Hands off down the middle, barges his way through, but the Wolfpack are onto that one. That'll be 4 or 5 yards gained on that play.
That's opportunity knocking Queensland. Let's go.
Second down now and 6 coming up now for the Sunundevils. Wolfpack, this is a chance for them to make a stand. Two receivers to the left-hand side. Got a new player in at quarterback, trying to duck in and out. Oh, he hurdles the guy. Unbelievable athleticism there. Number 6, Damien Malloy. Just got off the trampoline and absolutely launched himself over the defender. He won't get many yards for that, but certainly gets points for effort. Third down and 5 now. It's been a fascinating contest so far, and certainly one full of offense. Queensland looking to make it 3 for 3 on offensive drives for scores. 2 backs in the backfield. Crowd getting rowdy here, hands it off. Holiday Miller gets to the outside, has room to move. Got the speed. Good closing from the corner. He'll get out of bounds. And the crowd is on their feet at the moment. They sense that the Sunundevils could be very close to adding another touchdown to their account here in the second. Even without Stegman on the field, they're looking dangerous. Holiday Miller doing a terrific job utilising the offensive lines, blocking. There is an injury out the backside of the field, though, right next to the first down box. And it looks like they're going to be calling an injury timeout. And that is not a good sign for the Wolfpack. They certainly need to be converting here now, and they have just 2 yards to defend in this situation. These can be defining moments in championships, though. These sort of situations when your back is really against the wall certainly would not put it past the Wolfpack to make a stop here. They've got a lot of physical players here, but so far the Sunundevils have looked almost automatic on offense. 5 and 6 yard gains have been very consistent, and that industrialist sort of offense has been stretching the Wolfpack to all corners of the field. And they're close to another score potentially. Dual backs. Stegman in the shotgun. First down and goal. Stegman fakes it on the option, goes inside, but good defense from the Wolfpack. And Stegman looking for the speed option, but could not get it. Chose to keep it himself, and the Wolfpack doing well to crowd up the inside. And now it's second down and goal. You think with the offensive production that Sunundevils have been putting forward that this could be an almost guaranteed score, but you can never guarantee anything in gridiron, that's for sure. 2 backs in the backfield. The Wolfpack looking to bring the noise here. Stacking up the box. Stegman hands it off inside. Heath Green charges his way in. Touchdown, Queensland Sunundevils. And they are now 18 points to the good in this final. Good blocking on the inside. Heath Green just had one play to get through to make sure that he got into the end zone. That's his second touchdown of the game so far. And the New South Wales Wolfpack well and truly on the back foot now as the Sunundevils come out to attempt the extra point. And boys, this has been a surprise. We all expected a very close matchup. Two very good teams, but Queensland showing some terrific depth and execution here. Two receivers to the right-hand side. Looks like they're going for it. They're moving Bowpit. Stegman fakes the handoff under pressure, gets outside the box, does well, beats the man on the outside, and that'll be 2 points. And boy, that really sums up how Stegman has played this game so far. Whenever he's been under pressure, has done well to get outside the box. And he has been able to make all the right plays, has not put a foot wrong so far, and it shows on the scoreboard. Queensland 20-0 here in the second quarter. It has been an almost flawless performance, and the Wolfpack certainly have plenty of time left in this contest. There's no way you're going to rule them out because of all the talent they have on this team. But right now, the Sunundevils looking insatiable. And you think that maybe another score could really put this game in danger territory for the Wolfpack. A big group huddle here to try to rally the squads. And they're definitely going to need a very healthy crowd here at the Runaway Bay Sports Complex here. They have come out in droves to watch their Sunundevils take a convincing early lead here in the second quarter of this Men's Australian Gridiron League final on Ascension Sports. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Chris Guskin on behalf of all the Ascension Sports team. Wherever you're watching this live stream, thank you very much for joining us. I'd like to thank Hostworks for helping us out with the live stream. It has been a terrific match so far. Well, maybe not so much if you're a Wolfpack fan. Stick around, though. They're certainly not going to give up or show any lack of effort. Once again, putting three players back in the end zone to receive. Bert Harris has got plenty of distance on his kickoffs today, however. Long kick again. Shoebridge takes it on roughly the 4. Safkuni gets the handoff. Piercing through and did well to get the yards that he did. He'll get roughly 25 yards. That'll put them on the 30-yard line, and the Wolfpack now absolutely need to add some points here, or at least build a long drive to get some momentum. They've had 2 possessions so far. One of them was a turnover near their red zone, and the other one they were forced to punt.
Let's go defense.
Dorney lining up, hands it off, and he's hit hard. The Sunundevils defense doing very well to close down the middle. And Safkuni, who usually has a lot of time to operate behind that convincing offensive line for the Wolfpack, has been shut down today. Hasn't been able to do a whole lot. You can certainly be sure that the Wolfpack will not be short of plays or options here. They have options all over the field. Lining up. 2 receivers here on both sides, moving Watson out into the slot receiver position. The umpires, however, going to jump in on this one. And Queensland will be calling the timeout just to talk things over here. 2nd down and 8 when we come back shortly.
Take advantage of the raffle ticket fellas as they walk around the ground selling raffle tickets. Show how much love you have for the Sunundevils. I know some of your hard-earned money. And of course, I know everyone here wants to know a little bit of Queensland national championship history.
2nd down and 8 now following the Queensland timeout. Two receivers either side. Spread set. Dorney back in the shotgun, moving Watson in motion. Fakes the handoff. Dorney under pressure. Gets through well, though. But he's closed in on. And he will be brought down for looks like maybe a yard on the play. And Dorney, he's usually so versatile in those situations. You have to give credit to the Sunundevils because Dorney certainly did not do anything wrong in that play. The pocket collapsed on him, did well to get through and try to make a play out of it, but the Sunundevils did really well to be able to close in on him and make sure that you do not give him any room to move. And there is a big conference going on here. The Wolfpack players certainly having a word or two with the umpires. And there is a helmet off. Josh Kavaya will be coming off with the helmet off. Saf Cooney also coming out for the Wolfpack. And it's now 3rd down and 7. This is a key play here for the Wolfpack. They need to start establishing a drive and some offensive momentum. They're lining up trips to the left-hand side. Back in the shotgun, and the umpires will jump in because Queensland will call another timeout. Not liking what they saw on defense there. And that'll put them down to 1 timeout now. If you've just joined us, thank you very much for tuning into the Ascension Sports live stream. This is the only place you can see the Men's Australian Gridiron League final. And if you are just joining us and you're looking at the scoreboard going, that can't be right, it is. Queensland has come out and has been unbelievable in this one so far. 20-0 their lead. They have been almost flawless on offense. You cannot fault a single play that they've done. Stegman has been outstanding. He's passed for 1 touchdown early. Heath Green has run in the other 2. And they've been able to build these 5- and 6-yard plays, which has made them continuously get fresh sets of downs on 1st and 2nd down. Makes it very difficult for the Wolfpack to get off the field. Their defense has been struggling to contain the Sunundevils. And on the offensive side of the ball for the Wolfpack, they've been able to get some offensive plays, but when they've had the opportunities, they have not been able to take them so far. And this Sunundevils defense has come out physical and very confident like they always do. Let's see what both teams can offer up here. 3rd down and 7. Spread set, 2 receivers either side. Dorney in the backfield. Trying on the hard count. Once again, the Sunundevils don't buy it. And it's going to be a flag. You can sense maybe the Wolfpack's starting to get a little bit frustrated here. It's been a very stop-and-start possession. False start on New South Wales. 3rd down and 12 now. And the Wolfpack just can't seem to get anything going here, but this is definitely the time they need to get something going here. Spread set again. Dorney in the shotgun with Watson beside him. Queensland lining up in a 3-4 defense. Choosing to revert here to the nickel. Dorney making instructions back in the shotgun, takes it, fakes the handoff, throws on the back foot, and terrific coverage there. Grant McNaughton was going nowhere. Francois Rosselette, he was terrific in the game against Western Australia. Once again, he's one of those versatile defenders who's quick, he's tall, he can get to the outside to stop the run, but also can play on players like Grant McNaughton, who's very tall. But it looks like there will be a penalty on Queensland, and so all the good work will be outdone. And now it's 1st down and 10. That could be the break the Wolfpack needed here. Watson in the backfield with Dorney. 2 receivers to the left-hand side. On the 37-yard line, hands it off to Watson. And he gets hit hard. And this defense making plenty of statements at the moment, especially Damien Malloy. He's been doing great work on both sides of the ball. And that will get them maybe a yard or two. This one's starting to become very chippy at the moment. Couple of penalties, including on this play. Let's see what this is called. Holding on the offense. And after that automatic first down that came from that penalty a few plays ago, the Wolfpack are now all the way back where they started on the 27-yard line. They just seem to be running in place at the moment. Dorney in the shotgun. He's got Watson in the back with him. Two receivers to the left-hand side. Switches Watson over. 4 on the line for Queensland. Dorney drops back, fakes the check down, has time inside the pocket, scrambling well, gets to the outside. He's forced to move, and he will get potentially 3 or 4 yards on the play. Dorney did very well in that situation to even get the yards he did, because Queensland so far has been doing a terrific job in forcing Dorney to make sure that he is not getting into a rhythm in the pocket. We've seen that he's very destructive when it comes to having time, and the offensive line has been good in their 2 games so far in the campaign, but this today has proved to be a much tougher task for Dorney. He's consistently on his toes. Trips to the left-hand side, second down and long. Dorney sits back, quick drop, passes down, and good tackle in the open field. He will get maybe 1 yard on the play. Number 55, Joel Keep, shutting that play down in those open field tackles. Once again, if you tune into the Ascension live sports streams week by week, you'll know that I love to say that open field tackles really are a key catalyst for good defense. Because if you are making sure that they're not getting maybe those few extra yards that they need after you hit them as initially, it makes it a lot harder for them to convert on offense. And Joel Keep doing a terrific job there to shut down Anthony Chong. Back in the shotgun, Dorney has time this time. Throws it down the middle, and there is nobody home. Looks like there might have been a miscommunication on the play. Queensland doing a good job in the secondary to make sure that Dorney isn't passing long, and when he does, it's not successful. It's going to be 4th down and long now. And the Wolfpack once again being forced to punt. The last thing they need at this stage here. It's 20-0 here. It's been a very interesting contest so far. And the Sunundevils have been all over this one in front of a healthy crowd here at Runaway Bay here in Queensland. Long snap is good. Hubic has time, almost gets blocked, and the kick is a poor one. And things starting to fall apart at the seams for the Wolfpack. Terrific penetration. Number 58, Scott Bice, doing a terrific job to get through.
That's right, folks. Make some noise here. This is Queensland.
And the Sunundevils will now start in good field position. They now have 40 yards to go. They've been 3 for 3 on their offensive productions. You cannot ask for anything more. 3 touchdowns for 3 times on the field. Boy, has Stegman been outstanding so far. He's manipulated the defense perfectly. He's been terrific downfield when he's passed it, has checked down when he needed to, has done terrific work on speed options and reading where the line's going. He has been outstanding so far. 1st down and 10, 2 receivers to the left-hand side. Wolfpack bringing 4 on the line. Stegman drops back under pressure, gets around his man, throws long downfield. Man open, touchdown! And Queensland might be on their way to a championship. Unbelievable play. Stegman was under a lot of pressure. Eamon Akamamoy doing well to blitz on the outside. He simply sidesteps him, throws it long down the field, and Josh Kent takes the easiest of touchdown catches. And Queensland have stunned the Wolfpack 26-0 here. What an extraordinary game this has been so far. And Stegman, unbelievable stats. He is 8 from 9 in the first half, 139 yards, 2 TDs. It's been absolutely extraordinary to watch him coordinate this offense today. They don't have him in for the extra point conversion, however. Mark Tribe under center, tosses it outside. And he's going to run his way in. Touchdown. Oh, 2-point conversion, sorry. Cornelius Bota runs that one in. And boy, has Queensland sent a statement in this first half, 28-0. And like we said, Stegman has been simply phenomenal in this one so far. The Wolfpack just looked as if they're completely stunned at the moment. The body language has dropped. And I don't think the Sunundevils could have asked for a more efficient performance on both offense and defense so far. They are 4 from 4 on their possessions. Stegman has coordinated all of them with flawless precision and efficiency. The Wolfpack, though, we've seen stranger things happen in football. We can definitely tell you that. And the Wolfpack certainly do not deserve to get written out of this game just yet. But we do need to see signs that they're going to be able to at least put some pressure on Queensland. They've looked terrific. Harris, that is a long kick right on the end zone line. Hands it off. Anthony Chong doing well, has space. Pierces one, but good takedown there from the Sunundevils. They'll get to around the 30-yard line again. And the Wolfpack coming back onto the field. Kiernan Dorney has been under pressure today, has not had the time that he usually has. And when Dorney has broken the line to run, the Sunundevils defense has been there to shut them down. The Wolfpack need to get something going here. Late here in the second. Spread set, 2 receivers either side. Dorney in the shotgun. Sits back. Has time in the pocket. Throws well. Good coverage. And that is a hit, but that'll be a late hit, and that'll be a flag. Damien Malloy coming in late. Great coverage. Andy Young, who was right in front of his man, got a hand on it and broke it up. So that was a good play, but Malloy coming in late, making the hit, and the receiver is down. So definitely don't like to see that. A worthy flag on that play. A little bit of ill discipline from Malloy, who certainly you can see is a very brash and very energetic defender who often comes in a little too hard sometimes. This is definitely not a good sign for the Wolfpack or anyone here for the Australian Gridiron League. That will be a penalty on the Sunundevils as expected and an automatic first down, but that is the least of our concerns at the moment. We need to see if the receiver is okay. Kiernan Dorney, the quarterback, coming over to him. Anthony Chong, who's done some good things in this game so far, gets clapped off by the crowd after taking a big hit to the head. And he will get helped off the field, and the Wolfpack will get the first down. They desperately need it. Lining up trips to the right-hand side. Dorney's got Watson with him in the backfield. Sits back, fakes it, hands off the middle. Watson has space, and a good play call there. He'll get 6 yards. Set up a second down and 4 situation there. And this is what they need to do. Hurry up offense is what they do best. Spread set. Dorney in the shotgun again with Watson next to him. Looking at the hard count. Queensland once again don't bite on it. Sits back in the shotgun, in the pocket, has to get through it and does well, runs into his lineman. And it just seems as if things are not going right for Dorney and the Wolfpack at the moment. Once again, it shows a tremendous amount of skill that Dorney is able to pierce through an offensive line that is collapsing. His pocket, he has not had a lot of time to throw. When he has, the secondary has been doing well to cover the receivers downfield. And it looks like there will be a timeout called for the Wolfpack. And that will be their last timeout as well. So third down and short coming up when we return quickly.
As we're getting later in the second quarter, some of you may be
Third down and short now, following Wolfpack's final timeout. Dorney has time in the pocket, throws downfield into coverage, and there's a flag down, so it could be interference, but once again, the pass looked a little wobbly, didn't throw it as much confidence. Good closing work there from the Queensland Sun-Devils. Have to wait to see what the call is, however. And it's on the Wolfpack. The penalty is indeed declined, and that will bring up fourth down and short. Fourth down and short is definitely not a hard situation to convert on if you're the Wolfpack with this talent, but so far they have not had the offensive production to do so. Hands off to Watson. He'll use that big body to try to barge through. It's going to be close. Should be very interesting to see what happens here. From the big bodies that the Wolfpack generally tends to offer, the Queensland Sun-Devils have matched the intensity, and they've done very, very well at the moment to shut them down. This is very interesting to see where they put this ball. And it looks as if this one's going to be right on the line. If it's past the line, the Wolfpack keep possession. If it's behind the line, the Sun-Devils will be retaining possession. And the Sun-Devils will get the ball back, force the turnovers on downs, and Alec Watson will fall merely inches short of keeping the drive alive for the Wolfpack. Everything is going the way of the Sun-Devils so far. For all the Queensland fans here and watching on the live stream, this has been a joy to watch for them, surely, because they have been absolutely flawless in this game so far. As for the Wolfpack, you certainly cannot rule them out yet. It'd be foolish to do so, but they are under a lot of pressure at the moment. They have yet to force the Queensland into anything less than a touchdown on their offensive possessions. They need to change that extremely quickly. Holiday Miller in the backfield, Stegman under center for the Sun-Devils on first down and 10. Tosses to the right-hand side. Holiday Miller cuts back in, cuts again, and does well. That could be close to a first down. And the offensive production, they're just moving with ease, and it's that industrialist work effort. And it's now second down and inches here. And boy, on first down, it's been very interesting to see what the stats would be for that, because they have been so efficient in creating yardage. They've gone with a hurry up. Obviously, time running out here in the second. Fakes it. Stegman rolls out. Gets good blocking from the outside. He will run out of bounds. That's a first down. And a smart play from Stegman. Great work there. Number 11 for the Queensland Sun-Devils, Chris Ravlich, who scored the first touchdown of the game with an extraordinary catch. Doing well to make sure Eamon Akamomoy did not get to Stegman, gave him the room he needed to move outside the numbers, and he will keep the drive alive with a first down and stop the clock. Very important here at this stage of the second quarter. Not long left. You know that Stegman's confident throwing down the field. He's done it a few times with great success. Spread set, two receivers either side. He's looking to go long here, you can tell. 4 on the line for the Wolfpack, looking to bring the pressure. Drops back. Under pressure, throws as he's about to get hit. The ball is longer than everyone, though. And Stegman got pressure from the outside. The box started to collapse on him a little too soon for his liking. And the pass overshoots everyone. And believe me, the Sun-Devils won't mind as much, because they are 28 points to the good here at halftime. What an extraordinary performance so far in this men's Australian Gridiron League final. They have been almost just perfect in this match, and the Wolfpack plenty have a lot to talk about here. Going into the second half here on Ascension Sports live stream, I'm Chris Guscott. Thank you very much for joining us. When we come back in the second half, we're We'll definitely continue with the coverage to see if the Wolfpack can respond to what has been an unbelievable effort from the Queensland Sunundevils. But firstly, a word from our sponsors. Special thanks to Hostworks for helping us out here with the live stream. And also a special thanks to South Pacific Pro Sports Supply, who provide highest quality gridiron equipment. If you're in the market for stuff like that, you certainly would want to look no further than them. They have got 5-star rated helmets from Riddle and Rawlings, with an all-new helmet coming out in September. Make sure you keep an eye out for that. Highest quality custom uniforms, teamwear and merchandise, as well as the training equipment used by more major colleges and pro teams than any other brand. So you'd be foolish not to go to the guys there at SPPSS. Definitely head down to see them. Our proud sponsors, South Pacific Pro Sports Supply. When we come back in the second half, it's Queensland leading 28-0 here in the Men's Australian Gridiron League Final.